And apparently, we got a lot of crazy traffic, huh, Valdez?
It's insane out there.
Yeah, so it just from the weekend, everyone's still drunk from Labor Day weekend, huh?
They are
So,
wilding out, man.
nice. Yeah, I'm just looking ahead. It looks like your traffic reports are about 10 minutes long. So, yeah, a lot of crazy traffic going on. I do have Valdez in here, though, because I do need to address something. This weekend was a 3-day weekend. These extended weekends, it seems like it's just more time for us to lose the ones we love. Most notably, the world lost three very famous musicians that I need to talk about real quick. And we're going to send them off and pay our respects with the I'm Valdez salute, okay? First and foremost, the musician who named Gary Wright of Dreamweaver. He passed away at the age of 80.
I'm Valdez.
Yeah, so he was a singer and keyboardist. He had several pop hits in the mid-70s and died after a long battle with his health. He had Parkinson's, and he was diagnosed with that 6 years ago, and he just recently passed away. We'll give you two I'm Valdez's in salute.
I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez.
All right, moving forward, Jimmy Buffett, the legendary musician who was a cult leader. Yeah. Parrot heads all over the world love Jimmy Buffett. He passed away this weekend at the age of 76. In true Jimmy Buffett fashion, he battled a rare skin cancer. And of course, you know, if anyone's going to get the rarest of skin cancers, it's going to be a guy who never wore a shirt a day in his life.
In the sun.
Yes, just living it up. He had an excellent run and left behind a fantastic legacy. And I know that Parrotheads will live on and continue to conglomerate and celebrate the life and legacy of Jimmy Buffett. For that, we give you three I'm Valdez's.
I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez.
Yep. He's a Valdez and a Valdezaville.
That last one smelled like margarita mix.
Yes. And then finally, this caught a lot of people by surprise. News was breaking over the weekend that the lead singer of Smash Mouth, Steve Harwell, was admitted to hospice and only had days to live. And true to fashion, he didn't live up even that long. He passed away about 24 hours after it was reported that he was on his last leg. And this all-stars passed away at the age of 56. Now, that's very, very young. He had many health issues, and it was all due to his alcoholism. But when you put together bangers like All-Star, I'm a Believer, and Walking on the Sun, you be getting drunk every day too, because, you think you're invincible. It's unfortunate and it's sad, and he left behind a legacy as well. We'll never watch Shrek again without thinking of Smash Mouth lead singer Steve Harwell. And for that, we're going to give you five I'm Valdez's.
Hey now, I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez. I'm Valdez.
Give me one more hey now, I'm Valdez. That was super sweet.
Hey now, I'm Valdez. Get your traffic on, go play.
Okay. You're not Steve Harwell. Please don't be a Steve Harwell. All right, so for that, we
I do drink like
those.
him, though.
Well, that's not good, obviously. You can see the end result, so I would switch it up. All right, that was your in memoriam. We got more, including the fallout of Burning Man, coming up after 3 days. Grace, here's I Am Machine on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. All right. Yeah. Well, there you go. That was our in memoriam from yesterday. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We are now live on this Wednesday morning. Myself, a Weirdo. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good
and please
morning.
welcome Scrappy. Scrappy is a name that you've had, I hear from like an early age. You've always been Scrappy? Yes. Now, Scrappy is a part of the Tucson roller derby Brats, right? Am I saying it right?
Tucson Derby Brats.
Tucson Derby Brats, and you've done derby for years because Weirdo, and you guys have done derby together. So when did they give you the name Scrappy, and why?
As a young child.
And get close to that mic. I want to hear you into that mic. There you go.
As a young child, I had a couple older siblings that weren't so nice to me all the time. So I had to just be Scrappy. They would beat me up until I did their chores.
Oh, okay.
I just learned to fight back.
And so then you've always been tough. How long you been doing derby?
10 years now.
Okay. Only 10 years. That's not long, So what did you do before Derby to beat up bitches?
I did. Actually, I did kickboxing for 8 years.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew it was like someone like Scrappy. You got to need to beat some people up and need to watch people bleed. And of course, Derby is that fix.
And you have a Scrappy Doo tattoo.
I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. All right. Well, we're going to get to know Scrappy a little bit more. Of course, talk about how your kids could get involved in the Tucson Derby Brats organization. We have a lot of drama that we're going to go through on the podcast broadcast as well, like celebrity gossip and cops getting fired and whatnot, TMI Top 5. And hopefully Valdez will be in studio here soon. And on top of that, coming up here in about 2.5 minutes, I'm going to let you know how you're going to win these Metallica tickets for Saturday. And you could even try to enter to win right now. So, I mean, you could bust out your phone here in about 2 minutes, Scrappy, if you're trying to go see Metallica on Saturday.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So we have that coming up. And and so much more. Valdez, get in here, dude. If you're listening, I don't know why you're just standing at the door like a creeper. I sent him an invite and I could see him backstage. There you go. And if you don't have your iPad, I guess you don't even necessarily you didn't bring your iPad in today, huh? That's all right. I'll just squeeze you in. Scrappy, this is Valdez. Valdez, this is Scrappy.
Nice to meet you.
Surprise, this is a dating show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to blind set you up with Valdez. Valdez, squeeze in a little closer to Scrappy, though, so you guys can both be on screen. There we go. A little bit more. I'm only seeing half your face.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm violating the restraining order, but it's cool.
All right. And then you need a microphone in front of your face, too. I know that you're quitting radio, but, before you leave radio, you got to learn how to do radio. There. Now I can hear you. Give me an I'm Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
There you go. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to be getting into all that here in a second. About a minute 15. How was your shift, Valdez?
Good.
Yeah. Now, what is the deal? You are stepping away from traffic. So this is your last week of traffic, right?
It is. So
are you still going to be doing a show on Saturday?
I will.
Okay, that's
I
good.
held on to that. So.
Oh, that's good. And are you still going to be doing promo and stuff, like things like that?
If Mucho needs help, yeah.
Okay, that's good. We want to keep you as part of the family and part of the team. So, I do appreciate that. So, but yeah, sad news, everybody. I'm Valdez is going to be stepping away from traffic. We don't know who his replacement is yet. I have a feeling it's going to be Tip, and that's going to drive me mental.
I trained him yesterday. I gave him another crash course for the 90th time. So ideally, he should know what's going on.
Look, they're going to know and love Tip as well, because he is one of these guys who means so well, but drives me so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so dense and but he's such a nice guy. Yeah, you ever meet somebody, Scrappy, where you're just like, their intentions are so pure, but everything out of their mouth is like a F up or an insult inadvertently, Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those guys. Yeah, that's going to be our new traffic guy. It's going to be great. All right, we're back on the air real quick. Rock 102.1 KFMA live on the podcast broadcast. Please welcome Scrappy. Good morning, Scrappy.
Good morning.
She's a part of the Tucson Derby Brats. So we're going to tell you how you can get your brats involved in the Tucson Derby Brats. Get them young, start skating around. It's great exercise and competition. A super fun organization with some big events coming up as well. And of course, we got I'm Valdez in studio.
I'm Valdez.
Yeah. All right, and so we're going to have fun on this podcast broadcast. But before we get into the fun, let's handle some business. I told you this morning that we do have some tickets for Metallica to give away for this Saturday show. Now, as you know, it got postponed. The Sunday show got moved to Saturday. They have Five Finger Death Punch and Suicidal Tendencies on the bill now. So that was the change to the lineup. Suicidal Tendencies now opening up the show. Five Finger Death Punch going to be on the show as well. And then hopefully it'll be an extended set because they had to cut their set short.
Right.
So it's going to be massive. And if you want to win tickets for free, what you got to do is you got to bust out your phone and text the word seasons to 95938. Yes, I know it's one of those dumbass text contest and we can't just play a silly game, but that's just the way it is. A lot of people want these tickets. We got to make it as fair as possible. So text the word seasons to 95938 for your chance to win a pair of tickets of last chance tickets to the rescheduled second show of the M72 Metallica World Tour at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Message and data rates may apply. Now I'm going to be giving you text words each and every day, and so's Robin Nash, and so's Razor.
Yeah.
So it's not one pair of tickets. We have multiple pair of tickets that we're giving away. The more you enter the win, the better your chances. That's how that works, right?
Yes.
So, good luck. Text word seasons to 95938. We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with your TMI top 5 and more after Bad Omens, The Death of Peace of Mind of Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Scrappy, you a Metallica fan?
Am.
Of
Good,
course
good.
you are. You can
Good.
tell you're a Metallica fan.
You don't want to assume.
Well, I mean, if you were going to
Sometimes.
assume what bands that Scrappy was into, what would you assume?
I don't know. Maybe like hair metal era.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah, like the Crew and everything else all day long. Yeah. So, like a younger, wild Scrappy, were you at these shows here in Tucson? Like some of these hair metal bands that came through? Would you get crazy at rock shows?
I didn't as a young one. I wasn't here till
Okay.
I was 19.
Okay. Yeah. What
I-
brought you here and where'd you come from?
My mom was here. And
Okay.
I came from Nebraska.
Okay, nice. Little Midwest values and stuff. Now, I just heard that you were just telling me about that you have a cousin in Nebraska that recently suffered a tragedy, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And were you close with her?
I'm not with her because I've been here for 27 years, but I grew up with her mother.
Okay, yeah. And how old was she?
She was 33.
Yeah, far
Oh,
too young. Yeah.
yeah,
So it was one of those situations. She was ended up missing, and then they found her, and unfortunately, in the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And then they did arrest the guy, though.
They do have a guy in custody.
Okay. And was it like an ex-lover or anything like that, or random?
Have no idea.
Okay, so it's still developing. Well,
yeah,
sorry
it's
for your
still under
loss
investigation.
on that. What part of Nebraska?
It was Trumbull.
Yeah, have you been to Trumbull? No.
No,
Okay.
it's a little town somewhere. There's a million of them there.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
million little towns, not one big city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Nebraska.
Yeah. Oh, you been to Nebraska too?
I have. It's a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
A whole lot of cornfields.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good though. It's good to know that there's a lot of space in America as we continue to expand and stuff. We need to figure out places to move once we have an average temperature of 130 degrees. you
And
know?
run out of water.
Yeah, Nebraska looks decent.
Yeah. Those cornfields are looking real pretty.
Yeah. Even though that does remind me of the movie, I think it was Interstellar or whatever, the movie with Matthew McConaughey,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like the end of the world, the apocalypse, and he had a big ass truck and he was living fine. He was a corn grower, right? Farmer, and of course, global warming started changing everything. All these crops started going up in flames, and his neighbor's crops started going up in flames, and he was just like, told him should have started growing corn. So I guess corn will be the last crop still standing as the world gets warmer. Who knows?
All right.
If the world still gets warmer, I will tell you this little fun fact. There was a recent study released to universities talking about climate change,
Mhm.
global warming. One piece was omitted from the report just because the guy who was submitting the report, a renowned professor, knew that other universities were going to pick up on it. Woke universities is what they say
Mhm.
in the headlines. And that one piece of information that was omitted from this global climate survey study was that 80% of forest fires are started by humans, right?
Okay.
Now, as obviously that's bad. That means 20%, that's natural occurrences and
Mhm.
stuff, and it doesn't still dispute global warming whatsoever. But the fact that he left that tidbit of information out of the study kind of compromises the study,
Yeah.
right? Because then it gives them an argument being like, well, is global warming real or not? If you're going to leave out this information saying human error
Right.
is the reason why we're effed, and then let's really talk about that. There's no fixing that.
Yeah.
Because we're getting stupider by the day, and if Beavis and Butthead taught me anything, the dumber we get, the more we enjoy playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah.
are facts.
Well, and when you're doing it like any kind of scientific like journal or article, like you need to put in all information. You can't just pick and choose.
That's
not how
right.
it works.
See, I need one of those the more you know drops, because that would have been perfect right there. Speaking of the more you know, I got some information to share with you. This is your TMI Top 5. Too much information, too little time. Here's our first headline. A man and woman in China got arrested after using an excavator to bust a hole in the Great Wall of China.
Whoa.
Yes. Now, of course, Great Wall of China's been around for a long time. You don't want to mess with that. It's
No.
a historical monument. But why would they do that? Well, because that Great Wall is too damn great, too damn long. And they were sick of going around it, so they created a shortcut. So, other people were like, hell yeah, thank you. Because I got to go to work. I'm only like a square mile away from my work, but I got to go 50 miles southeast to hit the exit, right? So,
See, if they would have been from Agua Prieta, they would have dug under the wall.
Oh,
A tunnel, and then that way nothing gets ruined.
See, I'm going to miss you just popping in like that, just because when you bust out the Spanish words, wasn't that great, Scrappy?
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Next headline: TikTok is going nuts over a hack that gets the last few drops of ketchup out of a bottle. And I think, due to this shrinkflation in the economy, we want every single drop that we pay for.
Correct.
So they say just hold on to the bottom of the bottle and swing it around like you're doing windmills on an air guitar.
Okay.
This is a hack. I don't
The
know.
centrifugal force.
So odd. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Life hack. Have you ever heard of the phrase hot bedding?
No.
You technically do it.
Really?
Yes. It's a trend that's growing. Now, we got Airbnbs, you can rent out rooms, you got roommates, things like that. But again, going back to the economy, the inflation, times be tough. So maybe we can't afford to rent out a room. Can we afford to rent out half a bed? That's what people are doing. They're renting out just one half of your bed.
Okay.
Yeah. Hot bedding is a trend that, again, hasn't completely taken over, but is starting to grow momentum in.
Yeah. And poly folks have already been doing it.
Yeah.
Keep telling you, man, you can't be monogamous in this economy.
I'll tell you what. You know what?
Just can't. I can't afford it.
I have a king size bed, and you know what? I'm pretty fair and generous and stuff with my space. So, I mean, if you're in a situation where rent is a little too expensive for you, and you're like between 25 and 35, and
female,
a solid 8, then you can rent half my bed. I hope so. I mean, you never know unless you throw it out there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Just put it out in the universe.
Yeah. Which I eliminated you, Valdez, by the way.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I mean, I think I would require more than half of your bed physically.
You would, though. But I sleep with a body pillow, and I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't even need that body pillow if you were next to me,
So then I should be charging you.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Who would be the little spoon?
Obviously. Come on, dude.
You never know. Maybe Valdez wants some love and affection. Like maybe he wants to be the little spoon.
It wouldn't even work out like that. You can't. Look, physically, the bigger spoon. If you try to put a little spoon on the outside of a bigger spoon, it's gonna look weird.
At this point, it's like soup spoon ladle.
Yeah, very good. All right, a woman in British Isles got swarmed by bees and got stung more than 60 times.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's only news because her last name happens to be Honeycomb.
That sucks.
Hopefully that's not her maiden name, right? Like she could divorce Honeycomb and not get stung again.
So if your last name's Butts, be careful.
First name Seymour. Then have fun with that. Finally, this is pretty cool and terrifying at the same time. And Brazil is a very dangerous land, and you could get attacked by animals no matter where you go because lots of jungle life, a lot of jaguars there. And sometimes those jaguars attack when you least expect it. And this happened to a 40-year-old guy who was walking, and out of nowhere, a jaguar came, tackled him, and started going for the kill. But bit into his pants, and that's when the jaguar accidentally bit into his phone and got scared off when the battery exploded.
Oh,
yes. So the phone actually saved his life. Ironically, he was looking at his phone probably when walking through the woods and didn't see the jaguar coming. But either way, that was a good story, and he survived to live another day. And now he only has to spend a couple $1,000s to replace that phone.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds something more like a cougar would do.
Yeah.
Especially at last call, just jumping on the last one.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah. He put it down. We're
Older
picking
lady
it up.
banging younger guys.
Biting his phone.
Yeah. All right, we explained that joke. Let's move the conversation on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/bevegan. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about the Tucson Derby Brats and what they got going on here, how you can get involved and support the organization, and so much more. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, and then we got to do our single song takeover as well. So, streamers, what do you want to hear? All right, and we got a lot of people checking out the podcast broadcast stream. Robert, if you're not doing anything on Friday, can I pop you in remotely? Can we rap and chat for the podcast broadcast? Love to have you on again, talk about a bunch of different stuff. Peanut butter cups. See Pizza Pat. I think Pizza Pat, you're coming in tomorrow, if that's correct. I got to double check that. And then yeah, so Scrappy, now Felicia, I want to shout out Felicia for she's probably checking it out if she's not teaching right now. She's part of the organization as well. Are we promoting upcoming events or enrollment or both?
We are trying to recruit, get some enrollment so we can put on some events.
Okay, good. Yeah. So how many kids do you have involved in the Derby Brats right now?
I currently, in fact, last night at practice had 6 people.
Okay.
6 kids show up.
Okay.
It's been a rough road since COVID. Pre-COVID, I had 35.
Yeah. Well, to convince these kids to go outside and not play on their iPad is difficult. But it's good to get these kids active, and so yeah, we'll throw it out there. Hopefully get some more kids, at least get enough to have like a 6-on-6 scrimmage. Double it. What's the minimum you need for a team for Derby?
10. You'd ideally like to have 15 so they can have a break.
Yeah. But they're kids, so you can run them into the ground. That's cool. I mean, they got energy for days.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was playing Pop Warner, I was Iron Man. I was playing offense and defense. But that's just because I was good. But
especially when your coach is like, eat this pixie stick. You're like, I can play 3 games.
Right here's a donut and Gatorade. Get out there, kid.
Oh, the 80s.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, skating, it's a lot of cardio, so I can understand how that could catch up to you. So yeah, all right, good. And then there should be flyers and stuff. I think Felicia sent me some flyers to showcase some of the stuff.
I've put flyers out at a lot of the libraries around town.
Okay. So you're not gonna get kids at libraries. So let's think of some other places where parents with kids or kids might be at. You're not gonna find them at the malls. Where
I don't know about that, because like my kid, has been asking to go to the mall pretty much every weekend and hang out, and then like will tell me that they saw a bunch of their friends. Like I think kids are going back to the malls.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
there's a huge kid fan base because I do pro wrestling. I ref. I mean, if you were to set up flyers there or information booth,
there you go.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. See, that's a place where they're all about it.
I've had some of the other skaters take flyers to their schools.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome too.
So if you're listening out there and you have kids and you want them to do Derby, now's their chance.
Yeah. Well, was it 8 to 17?
7 to 17.
Oh, 7 to 17.
You can practice with this. You cannot bout until you are 8, but you can get ready to go and geared up by the time you're 8. 17.
My mom's a first grade teacher. I'll go recruit for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The littles are the best.
Yeah. And then there's different levels. So you've got kids that is it level 1 that you can just kind of push a little bit? I always get them backwards. Which one's level 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah. 1 is, you just kind of push. 2 is you play, but without contact.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then level 3 is full on contact.
About what age is level 3?
Roughly you get there. Everybody's different, but I would say 12 to 15.
Yeah.
That's the perfect years. You got all that rage inside you.
Oh yeah, you got all that junior high rage. And there is a skater in Arizona. Her name's Thrasher. She skates up in Casa Grande and for Arizona Skate Club. She started off as a junior. She started off at 10 years old. She's now, because the Olympics have a version of Derby that is recognized by yes. Oh yes. And she's on that team. So you can take Derby and potentially become an Olympian.
What? Did you hear that? Start it now. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you were thinking like, oh, I want my kid to be an Olympian, like this is an avenue they can take.
Yeah.
Bring home the gold, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right, real quick though, we're doing suggestions for single song takeover from streamers. I'm gonna do this one. I do not have Soft Serve by Soul Coughing, but I do have Super Bonbon, and I do want to play that. I haven't heard that in a while. Super Bonbon, you know this song, Weirdo?
Super Bonbon.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so good. You don't know it?
Are you gonna blow my mind right now?
I am. Your mind's about to be blown. What about you? Oh, Scrappy, do you listen to anything beyond hair metal?
I do. I listen to a lot of different music, but I've never heard of that song.
Okay. Oh, I guarantee
Who
you
is
have.
it by?
Here. I'm gonna play it right now, just in the background, so you can hear it. You'll recognize this bass line, right? It's like boom, 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 boom. Let's see if I could hear it right here. Hold on. You see, they can't hear me on the stream. I'm gonna play just a couple seconds of this, because you guys are. See, Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
All right.
I get excited about it. The fact that you don't even know this song is mind blowing to me, weirdo. Listen to this bass line. You'll recognize it immediately.
Okay.
No? Super Bon Bon. You'll see.
Okay.
All right. That's all I'm going to play on the air because I don't want to get booted from the air. But
Right.
Fantastic throwback request. And it wasn't the exact same request that Jeff was asking for. He wanted soft serve. But yeah, I have to go with the radio friendly version. And maybe our, program director will hear it and be like, oh shit, yeah, we should test that song. I've still been fighting with them, man. I have been fighting with them a lot. And it's funny too, because it's my fault because I open my big mouth and I'm just like, man, I just want to get in trouble again. Like, I feel like I can get away with anything. I've been saying that a lot, braggadocious, if you will. Well, of course they've been paying attention and they're just like, oh yeah, well, let's allow us to make your life miserable again. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I do this to myself, I'll open my big fat mouth. I'll enter my foot into it and, just create grief for myself. There was no reason for it.
I think it goes back and forth because then I'll take the heat away from you and then they hammer on me for my Saturday show. But then you'll do something and take the heat away from me.
Yeah.
And then I could go back to my shenanigans.
Sometimes I take the heat away from you just to purposely take the heat away from you. So sometimes I'll do something stupid just so you don't get yelled at as much. And, because in comparison, you're not that bad.
I appreciate it because I'm like 80% gristle. So heat is bad for me.
Yeah. Yes.
And I just hang out on Sundays at 4 in my own little corner.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's time for the single song takeover real quick. And I asked the OG streamers on youtube.com/beefvegan to give me some suggestions for songs to play, to go outside our playlist, maybe throw out some throwbacks, whatever the case. Our single song takeover, we get to play whatever we want, one song a day. And, I value it. This one, I'm stoked to share with you. It's been a while since I heard this song. Now, Jeff on the stream David wanted to hear Soul Coughing, Soft Serve. Now, I don't have Soft Serve in the playlist, and I don't really recall what that song sounded like, but I do recall Soul Coughing's Super Bon Bon, to which Weirdo doesn't remember it. Scrappy doesn't remember it. And Valdez, he listens to hip hop. So whatever. So I'm going to refresh all of your memories. Turn this banger up. It's a single song takeover. Going out to David, our OG streamer. It's Super Bon Bon by Soul Coughing on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah. Clear. Give me 1 second. I do want to rock this real quick. So, yesterday we did something. 2.1 KFMA, Beef Vegan Presents. So many people went to Burning Man this weekend. Has it always been on Labor Day weekend?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, but apparently it is. And it gets bigger and better every year if you talk to Burning Head folks.
Yeah, 72,000 people.
Yeah, dude.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
It's a lot of rich people.
Yes, it is a lot of rich people. And the rich people got out, unscathed. And that's kind of the problem. See, what happened in this year's Burning Man is, there was legendary storms that came through. I think 2 big rain clouds came through and just dumped basically a month or two's worth of rain right in the center of Burning Man, which is essentially just a desert plateau, right? So when you put all that water on all that dirt,
there ain't no burning.
That's right. It's nothing but mud. Now, they were able to start the fire, which is fine. They just could not escape Burning Man. So there was 72,000 people stuck within there because they couldn't get their vehicles on the roads because the roads were so muddy, they'd instantly get stuck, right? So one famous video, Diplo and Chris Rock Diplo and Chris Rock, right? This
What
is
a unlikely couple.
yeah, dude, this is the weird timeline we're in. So Diplo and Chris Rock decided to try to go out on their own to get out of Burning Man. They stated that they walked 5 miles through the mud until they came across a truck full of hippies that would pick them up and take them to safety. Legitimately, that's the story, and there's video to prove it. As you can see, we'll show you on podcast broadcast stream later on the line of cars, basically all going one direction. It's about 10 lanes deep, just trying to get out of Burning Man once things dried just enough for them to be able to drive over it. So yeah, it was insane on there. But again, it was all 100% due to the rain, and of course the rich people that were there, they were relatively unscathed. The poor people that were there were like, hey, this is just like an average day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, you say Burning Man. I'm actually homeless living out of my RV. This is just a spot where the drugs are cheaper for about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just
discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is because normally that soil is dry that they don't deal with it, but when that soil becomes wet, it actually becomes very acidic. So like people had to walk around with socks on, otherwise their skin was getting burnt. Also, there is a death that they're investigating.
Yeah, they are.
And they're saying it's not weather related. So I'm curious to
Why did
see what
Diplo duck
happened.
out so quick?
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. No, honestly, there's a lot of internet theories about Diplo. So, you know, hey, man, just imagine what kind of weird world are we living in that like next week breaking news is that Diplo and Chris Rock killed a man with their bare hands
and a rusty spoon.
Yeah,
Gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah. Then they got to walk 5 miles out of the muddy pit to escape for freedom.
You heard it here first.
And they started a social media campaign. Oh, feel bad for us because we had to walk 5 miles.
Yeah.
No murderers.
Yeah. Yeah. They are investigating. All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Now, do you recall the song at all?
No.
Oh, my
Not at
God. I thought you grew up listening to this station.
I did, but I do not remember that.
Oh, well, it's a jam. So that's a throwback going out to David, Super Bomb Bomb by Soul Coughing. I don't know what happened to them, but they're a fantastic band. So that was an excellent throwback. And one of the reasons why we do the single song takeover. A lot of people seeing us on Facebook, on the Beef Vegan Facebook page, maybe for the first time because of this. I've been posting so much content on the Facebook. They call me, what is it? Like an uprising content creator or something like that. Like, what was the actual phrase that Facebook is dangling, like the carrot that they're dangling in front of me? They're like, hey, congratulations. You are a promising content. Oh, no, wait. Rising creator this week. So this week, my Facebook page, based off of pictures, video streams, and videos and various things that I like to share on the Beef Vegan page, it gave me a semi badge, I said, of rising creator. So I'm not full-blown content creator. I'm not good looking enough for that, but I do work hard enough to where I'm almost there. Right, just rising. So
when did the rising start? When Kayla posted the beef vegan pasties?
It helped. It helped.
Yeah.
I mean, I post all different types of content that gets people engaged. Just so happens, boobs get people engaged. Look, there's a lot of people out there that are quote unquote content creators that I feel like they're cheating. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Right? Like I won't respect somebody's social media numbers if they constantly post pictures of booty or food. And, you know, if they post pictures of food on booty, don't count. I don't care if you have 1.4 million subscribers, man. That's cheating when it comes to social media because we're all animals.
Traps.
Yeah, we're all animals. We're either thirsty or hungry, you know, always. And that's what happens. And if I could have 1 million subscribers if I just did close-ups of my man cleavage.
But you're always exploiting Rico, though.
Not yet. No, I'm gonna exploit you. That's a whole market right there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now let's get into this real quick. Now before we get into the derby stuff, you've been following this Joe Jonas, Sophia Jonas deal. So now I would like to welcome Joe Jonas to a very elusive club, a club that a lot of us American guys have been in for years. It's the Baby Mama Drama Club. And Sophia Jonas seems like she was not ready to be a mom, and she did it twice. What do you know about this?
Yeah, so the last couple weeks, there's just been this speculation because he's either had his wedding ring on or off. It's kind of gone back and forth. But now officially this morning, they did release a statement saying, after 4 wonderful years of marriage, we have mutually decided to amicably end our marriage. There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly this is a united decision. And we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children. Now, part of the speculation is he likes to stay home and do the family thing. She very much is about partying.
Yes. And that's kind of like the hoed'em, if you will. Like she has that drive. And she says she wants to be young, but she has 2 kids. She's 8 years old right now? 29?
Yeah, late 20s.
Yeah. No, I don't have much to say. I had my daughter when I was 25. By that point, I was burnt out of the party life. It was my life for a good decade. So I was happy to pull away. But my baby's mama, right? She just turned 21. So she didn't get to go rage. And unfortunately, the timing didn't work out. So she decided to choose partying and raging over being a parent and really missed out on the opportunity. And I was stuck being a single parent with sole custody. It was very difficult, right? But, this is the scenario that happens. Now with Sophia, it seems like she's had years to party. And she had her first kid when she was like 24?
Actually, she is 24 currently.
Oh, well,
She's
that's it.
young.
That's
And
it.
he's 31.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
no,
did it
I
to
thought
himself.
she was older, but that's right. She started on Game of Thrones very young. She was like 12.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was very young.
Yeah, no, that's true. And so, yeah, I guess he did it to himself. You can't be knocking up a woman and when she's 21, 22, 23. You got to get them be able to sow their oats and let people kind of like have a good time because, a lot of people, the ones that don't party when they have kids young, they regret it. And by the time they're empty nesters, then they go full blown wild.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been together since she was 19.
Yeah. That's his bad. That's his bad, man. That's what you get for grooming.
Well, yeah, because at that point he's in his late 20s.
Yeah, did he get together with her while he was still taller than her? Because all the photos I see,
she is definitely taller than he is.
Yeah, I figured that it was doomed from the get-go. But
Well, right, and then his brother is with that other actress. What's her name? I can never pronounce it.
Oh, Pikra.
Yeah, she's also taller than him, I believe, too.
Yeah, they got a type. But you know what? It's either they like tall women or all the Jonas brothers are essentially like the Three Musketeers. Or no, Three Stooges. They're all like 4'2". Yeah, if you see them in person, you're just like, they're dainty men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but,
Nick Jonas.
Yeah, it just goes to show, I know women, they all love tall guys, right? I'm on dating apps all the time where, that's always the deal breaker. You must be this tall. And unless you have enough money to stand on it to be taller than the person you're with, then height doesn't matter, right?
I have a height requirement. And yes,
Gross.
It is very sexist because it's for dudes. I don't have the same height requirement for women. So
no, I know, right?
Yeah.
What's the tallest? Do you have a cutoff for as far as women that you would get with? What's the tallest woman you would get with?
Oh, I mean, 7'2". I don't care.
Okay.
Women are women, man.
All
Beautiful.
right. What's the shortest dude you would get with?
Probably 5'10".
Nah. I'm 5'10". I don't care.
How tall is your husband?
He's 6'3".
Yeah, he's 6'3".
Yeah,
He's
of course
tall.
he is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You've been married a long time?
27 years.
Okay, well,
Wow.
good for you. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Did you date someone under 5'10" before you met your husband?
I did.
Okay, yeah, and you
Yeah,
knew
it
that
didn't
wasn't
work
the
out,
one.
did it? Did it? It didn't work out.
No,
Just saying.
I'm only 5'1".
I know, so
Oh,
height
wow.
shouldn't be a thing. That's a lot of 5-footer women out there. They're like, I don't date anyone underneath 6 feet. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's a thing. I think I have an uncle that's 6'7", and my aunt is 4'11".
Oh wow, you got
Wow.
kids?
Do they?
Do you have
Oh,
kids?
yeah, I have 3.
Okay, and are they tall too?
My daughter's taller than I am. My first son was not my husband's.
Okay.
And so
Oh, so not your husband, so he's a short one.
he's,
Yeah. So
he's
what's
shorter.
your tall husband's son?
Well, he's only 13.
Okay, how tall is he right now?
To about here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So he's
that's
almost
4'11".
5
It's
foot.
gonna
Okay.
happen. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
our 9-year-old's super lanky and his dad is 6'1". So I'm like, you're
Yeah.
gonna be tall,
He's
buddy.
very, very lanky.
Yeah,
He
Jen.
never went through the chubby stage.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still in my chubby stage.
Yeah, you'll grow out of it soon.
Eventually.
You'll stretch out. You're going to be 8'5" when it's all said and done. We're
Giant
keeping the
syndrome.
conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more Beefeaker Presents after these words. Clear.
Yeah.
right.
Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, that's it. I'm fucked. I'm 5'8". Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but I see situations. I feel bad for my bros out there that are like 5 foot, 5'6", 5'6", around that range, 5'6" to 5'8", because there are a lot of 5'1" women out there that are just like, I like tall. Be like, everyone's tall to you. Like, that's the thing. Anyone who's an adult is tall to you, but you have a super height requirement. That's not
Most of the children I coach are taller than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go figure. All right. I have more. I want to show you this video real quick while we're doing viral videos. A guy gave basically a life hack. So, situations where you trap something in your car like a dog or a baby. That's a worst case scenario. This guy shows you how you could open up a car window with a plunger in your finger. But of course, the internet was like, come on, you're not saving babies. You're robbing cars.
Yeah.
Like, and you'll see.
There's nothing altruistic to this at all.
Maybe it was because of his outfit choice in this video clip that made him look more suspect than he should have been in this life hack. But I'll let you be the judge. Here's the video right now. So you can see this here on the podcast broadcast stream.
Let me pull it up. All right.
All right, so
I love that he has a baby doll.
Yeah, I got a baby doll in there.
First of all, why is it in the front seat? It should be in the back. All
yeah,
right.
and maybe you don't want to stereotype, but maybe you could have like left the do-rag off during the video. Just saying. Here's how the hack goes, and this is actually useful information that you could get into any car to save babies, not rob people. Tucson.
We got a baby in here.
We got a
My
baby.
main priority right now is to get this baby out this car. So you got to use anything you got. And right now, I got a plunger and I got some tape.
Nice.
I want to take off a couple pieces of this tape after I stuck the plunger on the window. Now, you seen me do that.
First off, I fucking love this guy. I love how he, pronounces, like how enthusiastic he is about this life hack. He's already like an all-star.
At the beginning. So don't be stupid and ask crazy questions.
That's right.
Now,
I won't.
Take 3 pieces of tape. That's 1. That's 2.
Gotcha.
And this is 3.
Okay, there's 3.
Now, what you want to do is you want to stick it around the plunger. Now, this keeps the air in the plunger to make the suction good and tight. Also, it keeps the plunger from sliding down the window when I start to pour down.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, you can take an extra couple pieces of tape just to secure this nice and sturdy.
Okay.
Just like that. You can never have too much tape. Now, you want to take this and use your momentum. And you want to pull down just like that.
Oh, no.
Reach in, open the door up, get the baby out, safe and sound.
There's no way this guy ever saved the baby. There's no way. There's no way he ever saved the baby. And then when he grabbed the baby out, he shook it violently. Look at me, I got a baby. Right? Amazing. Obviously, this is why this man went viral. And everyone's saying the same joke.
Right.
There's no baby being saved there. And don't ask stupid questions, basically, is what he said.
I mean, that could be like touching on something, though. Like there was one guy that I was following, I think it was Ghetto Kitchen, where he was just like literally like, listen, I don't have a lot of money and I'm going to show you how to make some fancy things out of like the 7 things you always have in your kitchen. So maybe this could be onto something, some like hood hacks of like, I used to use this for crime, but now I can use it to be life-saving. Like maybe there's something to it.
Okay. That's fair. All right. Let's get into as we move forward, and there should be a hack, but I don't know. I mean, like you said, he could have addressed different.
But I mean, anyone short of being a plumber, who the hell is carrying around a plunger and tape?
Well, say you need it. I mean, I have a plunger in my house, so if I saw a Mercedes parked outside my house with a baby or a wad of $100 bills inside, then I could grab my plunger and save those $100 bills because it's so
you gotta
hot.
Give him CPR.
Well, no. You got to get them out of a hot car. They might burst in flames.
Yeah.
I'm saving that money.
So only a Mercedes, not a Gremlin. If there's a baby trapped in a Gremlin, you're like, meh.
Well, I mean, I would just break out the window because if anything, you're not losing value on a Gremlin,
Yeah.
A gremlin. When was the last time you ever seen a gremlin on the road? You know what I'm saying? Like that. You're picking out hoopties from 1982. They're not around anymore. All right. So
they were all legally required to not be on the road anymore.
Yeah, I would. In
Some
fact,
dude showed up to the DMV trying to register that, and they're like, "No, sir, that's illegal."
Gremlins.
I'm so sorry.
Gremlins are so old that they'll probably be cool again. You know what I mean? Like you're driving down the street in Congress, girls will be like, "What is that? A gremlin?" I got to S his D. All right. I want to play you the other drama that we have in the description here on the show. Another top story that we're kind of following is this. Was it Massachusetts? A cop? You've been following this story, Weirdo?
I just saw it this morning.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Massachusetts. No, Maryland. I'm sorry. And this is how the drama started, and this is how it's going. I'm gonna show you real quick. I gotta just skip this little video. And I'll give you the rundown. This cop is in hot water, and you're going to see exactly why right now. Check this out. Okay, so let me go full screen. Now, it's not good to become like viral when you're a police officer. It's never a good thing.
No.
I mean, very rarely is it because you've done something great. But here's a situation. Somebody's filming this cop and a woman in a park, and you'll hear the guys talking in the background too. It's very funny.
Nos gustan los pies a nosotros. Mira, pisando estamos. No, yo por nada lo voy a mandar.
Now, right now, cop kissing a lady. He could be off duty. He could be meeting up with his lady, even though she does look like she's on the job. Making out with them in the park, kids playing in the background. They start getting, very hot and heavy, and then watch what happens.
Vaya. Para el carro, mira, para atrás la lleva, mira.
Oh, she's gonna turn herself in. She's going into the backseat of the cop car. Okay, so she's under arrest. Oh, he's getting back there too.
Hey, yo. Quítate, man, ¿verdad?
There's kids running around.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. What were some of the stuff they were saying there, Valdez?
He was like, that was like Puerto Rican Spanish. It was very like drawn out, but look at how he's going to go in the back of, just commentating on what's happening.
Yeah. And then, so this
oh my God.
is not the woman that's in the backseat of the cop car. This is the woman's or the officer's wife.
Oh,
yes. So we have pictures of the officer's wife, Paula, not too happy that her husband went viral for getting in the backseat with this woman, who is the officer's mistress. All right. And she even straight up, it's one of those Jerry Springer situations where the wife is like, bitch, you a hoe, you're with my husband. And then to which the mistress, Virginia, wrote back on Facebook to Paula, the wife, saying, don't be mad because your husband wants me. Straight up scandalous stuff, right? Now, of course, he is on duty while this is happening. That's the real reason why it's going viral. And he's in a lot of hot water. So
You think that he would have found somewhere like at least a little more secluded?
Yeah. Right.
Like, come on.
I know, dude. Not a park. Like, how can you even be in that situation and enjoy it when you're hearing kids all like, screaming and running in the background?
Right.
Also, if you're watching us on a Facebook stream, make sure you like and comment below, and we appreciate you checking out the stream. I am a rising content creator.
Yeah. Gotta keep that trend going.
Sure. Yeah. Look at that. I know Weirdo wants one of these shirts.
I do.
Valdez makes some. Show off your shirt too, Valdez. You're making all the shirts.
Mm.
I'm Valdez.
I'm kind of salty because that cop had enough time for some afternoon delight. And my dispatch, if they ever saw me stop just to enjoy a sandwich, they're like, oh yeah, I got another call for you. Like, that makes me mad.
Yeah, no, and it is fitting that you consider afternoon delight just eating a sandwich.
Well, I try to be like PC. I wasn't like, he's dicking her down. Like, no.
Yeah, no, that's very nice. All right, we're back on. So don't say that again. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA SBP presents. We are hanging out here with Scrappy from the Tucson Derby Brats. So now, Valdez, I think we all gave good suggestions of where you should be flyering. But for any listeners out there who may want to get their kids involved in some, roller derby action, this is a fantastic, fun, extracurricular activity that your kids can get involved in. And it's also like a low cost type of league, right? So give me all the information for our listeners out there who might want to get their kids involved, how they can find you and how they can get their kids signed up to be a Tucson Derby Brat.
You can go on our website.
Okay.
Tucson Derby Brats AZ.com.
Yep.
I'm on there right now.
There's all the information is on there, or we practice every Tuesday and Wednesday 6 to 8 p.m. at the Eric Michael Ogden Skate Park.
Where's that
which
at?
is Catalina High School.
Okay.
The corner of Palo Verde and Pima.
Bro, yeah, that's
Yeah.
my daughter goes there. I'm right
Mhm.
there all the time. So you practice at that skate park. That's a perfect little skate park there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can just show up at practice and come talk to me. Just ask for Coach Scrappy, and we can get it rolling from there. Or
Get it rolling. I see what you did there, Scrappy.
Mhm.
But also, all the information is on the website as far as the gear and things that they would need to be able to start practicing with us.
Mhm.
And it is $75 a season. If there's siblings, it's $60 a sibling.
Okay.
wow.
Wow, nice. All right, there you go. So that's the information if you want to get your kids involved, and it's happening every Tuesday. They're at Catalina High School at the skate park right there. So make sure you check them out. You can look at more information about the Derby leagues, both for the Brats and I think even for adult Derby leagues at Tucson DerbyBratsAZ.com, because I see some action here. Or is this all youth,
this all
high school kids,
That's
and
all
everything
kids.
else? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So for the parents who don't know, it's not like what they see on TV, right? Like their 7-year-old's not going to be throwing hands, right?
No.
Right. It has been regulated. We have legal hitting zones. I will teach you how to skate all the skills, all the way up to being able to play in a full-on bout.
I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Now, when you were playing in full-on bouts with other adults and stuff, were you a jammer?
I was.
And then were you also like a jammer that would throw out an elbow here and there and get a little scrappy? Were you the jammer that the blockers would be afraid of?
I think some were
She-
probably afraid of me because I'm
She's
fast.
and she's
Yeah.
bony.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Like
bony,
yeah,
bones
like
hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
bones
like a
hurt.
lot of people are like, oh, they would look at both of us jamming, be like, it's not a big deal. But man, we're bony. And then when we went up against each other one time, like it was like
Ooh.
a thunder. Oh, it was so
Wow.
loud we could hear our bones hitting each other.
Bruises.
Yes.
Derby kisses.
Scrappy, don't
Oh.
mess around.
Nice.
So do you need referees?
We do have referees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we have bouts.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Valdez. It's not like wrestling and
No.
stuff. They need referees that skate well and
Mhm.
maybe a little bit of cardio. Are you a good skater?
I have Heelys.
Hey, there's nothing in the regulations and rules that does.
Yeah.
You maybe could.
Yeah, but
That'd
again,
be
That's a gimmick.
hilarious.
they
That's a
already have
gimmick.
referees. They need,
Well, do you need a
participants.
backup referee in case
You
somebody
definitely
dies?
come do some kind of fun show and we can have a good time at a
There we
halftime.
go.
Valdez, when are we ever going to have a guest in studio that you don't 100% solicit a job opportunity from? I don't know.
I opened for Alex Raimundo, so I'm like, that worked. Who
Yeah,
else?
yeah, it's every single guest in studio. But either way, it's Tucson, DerbyBratsAZ.com. That's the website to get more information. And again, Tuesday nights, Catalina High is where they do the practice, so you can roll by, check them out for yourself.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Scrappy. Stick around. We got your beef tip coming up after these words. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beef vegan. It's a podcast broadcast. Clear. Wordy words make words. Yeah, every single person like, oh, you're doing that? You
I mean, I
want
behave-
me?
I behaved as though I wasn't like, do you like fat guys? I was like,
No, I know that's true. I'm super impressed consistently by your energy level, Valdez. I mean, you seem like you have the energy of 10 men. You're always hustling and trying to do like everything. I'm sure there's gonna be days that you're working like 20 hours straight, dude.
whatever builds the brand, man.
Yeah,
Even
I
with
know.
our sales guys, I always throw them leads because where they eat, we eat. So it's like,
Yeah, but then you're leaving. Are you still gonna send out leads and
oh,
stuff?
hell yeah.
All right, that's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
That's good. Well, I hope that even when you do leave, you figure out time in your schedule to be able to swing by and be a part of this show because they know that I want to continue to have you be a part of the crew. So,
Well, the one job I'm working, I'll be working mornings, but I'm in the process for another one, which will be from 3 to 11. So I could definitely come in on mornings.
yeah. Okay. So right now you already got a job
Mhm.
and you're going to keep that job until you get a different job.
Yeah.
And then
'cause-
you're going to quit that job and then go into the other job.
well, it's like lateraling because it's all within the county, but it's 2 different departments.
Okay. And you could do that if you work for the state.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Well, and work for the state, so benefits and everything else. So better than what they're offering here. I know it. I know it. It's sad, but true.
There's just no beef vegan in the county.
Yeah, I know. There's in the county jail, there's a few of them. I've seen some, so very
Another
similar.
piece of tidbit I should have put out there is Tucson Derby Brats was the very first junior roller derby team ever.
Yep, in the world.
Okay,
Wow.
in
Yeah.
the world, nice,
Mhm.
nice.
League.
I did not know that. You
Yeah.
know, so that's good, though.
2006 they started.
All right.
Really?
Oh, 2006. Okay, were
Mhm.
you a part of starting that, Weirdo, or
No.
Okay.
I came along to Derby 6 years ago,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah, 2017, 2018. So yeah, no, I was not a part of that.
Scrappy, how long have you been involved in the derby community here in Tucson?
10 years. I've been coaching 5, 6.
Yeah,
I've been coaching quite a while.
yeah. You've been holding down the Brats for a while.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me, there would be no Brats.
Is
Yeah.
Derby co-ed or is it like male, female?
Ours
leagues?
is co-ed.
Yeah,
I
it's
should
good.
have put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll remind people as we do a beef tip before we wrap things up. So, and people watching the stream too, and you'll be able to share this as well to kind of spread the word. And yeah, hopefully, I would love to see a full league or a couple teams sprout going into the future and post pandemic, because it's great to get these kids involved in athletic competitions, not only for their social game but for their own physical health. And,
Mhm.
Yeah, they
and well-being.
forget. Like,
yeah.
they totally lost their social.
I know, man. We're still dealing with the
Interaction.
repercussions. We're dealing with the repercussions of it, honestly,
Right.
this generation, and we haven't even seen the worst of it yet.
Right. The state, our state is promised. I guess they're getting ready to like roll out a stimulus to, schools and stuff to help get a lot of kids caught up, because we are still dealing with the aftermath of like having to be on video for school and stuff for that, anywhere from year to 18 months.
Yeah,
So hopefully they use that money for good and get the kids caught up.
yeah.
Hey, Beef, what do you say once she gets a team going with the kids, we sponsor them by getting them the shirts and they could be like Team Beef?
Yeah, I like that. If you
Mhm.
ride shirts, as long as I don't have to
Does
spend
that
too much
work?
money on it, because I don't got any money about this. Yeah, so let me check the Beef
Tax
Presents
write-off,
budget.
bro.
Yeah, tax write off nothing, dude. I mean, I'm already like in debt to tax is a whole nother issue, right? You make me say that on the air. We're on the air right now, dude. About to get me audited, Valdez. But a reminder, the Tucson Derby Brats is for both boys and girls. So it is a co-ed league. And so if you have kids out there that have, this is especially true for parents. If you have kids who have an abundance of energy, right? If they're bouncing off the walls, you need to get them into programs that are athletic, competitive, and also social. This is the best way to counteract the 3 years that we spent on lockdown during COVID, right? These kids suffered the brunt of it. And the repercussions are long-term if we don't be proactive in getting them out to do things that we did growing up. And one of those things is joining this Derby League. So Tucson Derby Brats AZ.com again is the information, and the ages go from 6 to 17.
7 to 17.
7 to 17.
Mhm.
Okay. I should have known that. I usually say my demo of listeners is ages 8 to 80. They all love the beef. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what is it? I mean, 6 to practice, but 7 to like participate in actual.
7 to practice.
Oh, okay.
8 to be able to bout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There
Yeah.
Yeah, to do
Sorry.
contact.
Yeah, and you don't need any experience. Scrappy will get you trained up from the bottom and get you. And kids pick up things quick too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much, Scrappy, for coming in. Give us
Thank
a
you
heads
for
up, and
having-
best of luck for the league. I hope that it grows and it continues to grow, and we get our kids out there and super fit and playing a derby and stuff, because that means lots of good derby games in the future. Before we wrap things up on the show, I'd like to give you a beef tip. This one's a pretty promising one that I think we all could use some days. It's how to keep your self-esteem high.
Mm.
Oh, see, every
Okay.
now and then we feel down. Sometimes it's because you got like a radio show host kind of jabbing at you, and I apologize about this. I do value you. But here's some things that could help you keep you in that mental state where your self-esteem is high. You can combat the external and internal negative noise and keep confident, and you could try these expert-approved tips. Tip number 1, dispute your negative thoughts. Essentially, debate them, right? You say,
Okay.
I'm no good at this. Debate that. Argue with yourself over your negative thoughts. Most times you'll win. All right. Practice unconditional self-acceptance. Right. That's looking in the mirror and be like, you know what? Eventually, women are going to love these hairy man boobs. All right. Number 3, keep a compliments log. This is nice. You just jot down in your notes.
Lame.
Okay.
Awesome stuff. What do you mean lame? Or what's the last positive thing you wrote about yourself?
Ain't nobody got time for positive log, really?
You got negative log?
No, nobody's got time for negative log either.
First off, I can imagine the kind of logs you drop off every time you go to the toilet. That's plenty of time to write a compliment about yourself. Like how you make water splash. Keep an achievements journal, right? You can write down how you got on Valdez over.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Don't compare yourself to others, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Right, you
never
can-
going to be beef vegan.
Nah,
you
you're
can look at other people and say those are goals, but don't compare yourself.
I'm never going to be beef vegan either. All right. Also, treat yourself like you would a friend. All right.
Mhm.
And the final tip to keep your self-esteem high is to set boundaries. All right. Somebody crosses your line. Don't be afraid to cut them people out of your life. Set boundaries to protect yourself so people around you don't bring you down. That's those kind of tips are going to keep your self-esteem high, even if it's like, unreasonably high. At least it's better than being unreasonably low. Right?
All right, Valdez, you got to set some boundaries. You got to cut beef out.
Oh,
No. I'm
Wow.
so positive. Well, what's one thing I can't make fun of that I've made fun of on the air?
I've been good with this so far.
I know.
All
That's
right.
why I love you,
Because
dude.
we're guys. If there's something wrong, I'd be like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. And you can tell me your boundaries later, weirdo. Thank you guys for listening to the show. Thank you, Scrappy, for coming in. Thank you, I'm Valdez. Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
I'll give you my boundaries, but not my safe word.
That's good. I don't need your safe word.
To all your grief.
Just keep going.
But if you've been
My safe word is
mean or
don't
kind of
stop.
bad,
Yeah.
I will knock
Shout
out
out,
all
held out.
your teeth.